Hurry up.
I'm hurrying. Okay.
Sun is in my eyes. Okay, I'm good.
Welcome back into Dom Details Daily, your daily dose of everything way off commentary. It's a spinoff to our weekly segment show. Answer the questions.
Oh, way off. Yeah. Let's wrap this up. These bugs eating.
We're getting eaten up out here, so we're trying to make this as quick as possible. What?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I brought Jordan on for this Dom Details Daily because obviously he knows a little bit more about college athletics in terms of being a student athlete than I do. I have worked in college athletics, so I kind of have an insight to that. So we're just going to get into Josh Rosen's commentary about how school is not for student athletes. All right.
Okay, here's the first thing. Is it hard to take classes and be a college athlete? Yes, it is. It's very difficult. Being a collegiate athlete is a full-time job. With that being said, you know what you signed up for when you get into it. So from the athlete end, I understand what he's talking about, being an athlete. I understand how hard it is getting up early in the morning, working out, trying to hit the classes, then trying to come back for practice. I get it, especially when you go to the next level like I did and you play the NFL. The NFL really is easier than college football is. When it comes to time schedules, and when it comes to preparing for games, all that. With what he said about lowering SAT, look, man, the SAT is about as low as you can get for athletes. All right, I don't think they can lower any less. That they be letting 9-year-olds into the universities. You wanna have an easy transition from football life into the real world life, but at the same time, understand that the real world life is what you're getting in college. It's work, man. The real world life is getting up at 5, going to bed at 2 in the morning, trying to get what you want. That's the real world, dude. You're dealing with what is he, 20 years old? You're dealing with a 20-year-old kid who has no life experience. And when you start getting life experience, you realize what you have. You realize what you had at the university. Their academic advisors lay out their class schedule for them. The team lays out their schedule for them. They have meals prepared for them, so they don't have to go searching for meals. So look, man, give it the other end of the spectrum. In
Josh Rosen being outspoken, like Jordan said, just from seeing it from his perspective and working in collegiate athletics myself, I understand the struggle that you have. But one of the things that kind of bothered me and what he was talking about was Josh Rosen had no point. He was really just kind of rambling off some things that he had no solution for. He had no desire to make a solution for. Essentially, it just sounded like to me that he was just talking. What they're trying to get you to see in college, like Jordan said, is the real world. They're trying to get you to understand a work-life balance. We get that you have to make sacrifices. You have to make sacrifices for everything. But one of the people who are getting the most out of this experience are college athletes. Now, you want stuff to transfer over into the real world. Well, the real world isn't offering you as many resources as we are.
No, it ain't.
Not even close, because when you're done and you are forgotten about.
Thank you for your time, Josh. That's what they're going to say.
Essentially, that's all it is. Not only that, but we're giving you guys firsthand. I know we've had some programs where we get kids in front of people who can network with them, people who are essentially looking to give them jobs, because to be completely honest, people are looking to hire student athletes for their discipline, for their work ethic, for everything. So you guys actually have a head advantage to us. Now, my other problem is SAT requirements, like Jordan was saying, and lowering them. And he essentially said that certain schools aren't as hard as other schools. Okay, well, if that's the case and all you wanted to do was play football, go play for Alabama.
Alabama, yes.
Go play for Clemson, like you said. Go play for, all these other schools who have lower requirements. Nobody's stopping you. You wanted to pursue a degree in economics. My personal thought is if you were that smart of a football player, you probably wouldn't be playing football. You'd probably be trying to run the team. I can see, I don't understand if you have this many problems. And I can tell you one's a lot harder than the other is. He's basically asking for more resources for it to be easier to go to class and to school. And knowing that firsthand, 9 times out of 10, actually 10 times out of 10, we provide more resources than we would for a normal student in terms of tutoring, in terms of flexibility with schedules, in terms of trying to work with the teachers while not violating NCAA policies, working around, trying to meet you where you're at. So there's really no excuse other than the player. So if the player is having trouble with this transition, it's more likely the player than it is the office is not helping, because we're constantly trying to find new resources and ways to help you guys by asking you what you want. Another problem that I have is with his comments when I guess a reporter asked him, what about guys like Deshaun Watson who graduated in 3 years? I think about people like Richard Sherman, Josh Dobbs, people who are engineering majors, people who are, I've known plenty of engineering majors at Texas A&M. I don't know about you.
Hey, what about a business major that graduated in 3 years with a double minor named Jordan Pugh sitting on set?
But I'm looking at it from a student's perspective. I have friends. I didn't have that big of a load, but I will say that I went to college full time. I had a job, an internship. And I don't care what they tell you, it's not part-time, bro. You working all day long, all day, just to get ahead. And you're fighting for that internship in the first place. So I have friends who are paying their way through school, so they're working 2 or 3 part-time jobs at a time. They're going to school full-time. They have to worry about those schedules. I know teen parents in college who are going through the same thing. So I'm sitting here, other than the physically taxing part, people get it done. And they don't have any complaints. It's almost, you're almost borderlining on prima donna.
And I can't argue with anything that you're saying. Now, the only thing I would say is now, I agree, I do believe that college athletes need to get paid. I'm not saying they need to get paid $100,000, but something, I don't know, maybe 10,000 over 2 semesters, whatever,
You know what, Jordan?
whatever it is.
I actually want you to save that thought because we will be doing a special episode on that. So you guys stay tuned for that. I'm going to check with Jordan. We should be filming that within the next week. We got some big things coming for that. But go ahead, Jordan. I'm sorry.
No, but I'm just saying, you know, to go to this point, I get what you're saying about the money that's being brought in. Something needs to be done about that.
Right.
There's no way that you can be bringing in all those millions and those guys get a $1,000 stipend check. Half of that goes to the rent. Half of that goes to food. Then by the end of the day, you look up, you got nothing.
You're an economics major. You know how much is in the sport of business, and capitalize on it. Create an idea, capitalize on it. You know what you're doing, then do it. I
understand the idea and the concept of what you're saying, but I think the direction that you were going in was way off. I think that you don't.
Nice plug.
Oh, yep, you like that, didn't you?
Yeah,
I think that he doesn't really understand yet what it's like to be in the real world, what it's like to work. Man, it's work, no matter what you do. It's just a trade-off of what you want. I get your experience, but I also get it from the experience being outside of the game. That's my take. Josh Rosen, I get it, but you're going to have to mature a little bit on this aspect, brother. Life experience will change a whole lot of your mindset.
It'll change a whole lot of perspective too. All right, this is Dom Details Daily. We're way off, we're way out, and we're going to come back and tell you why college players should get paid. And I actually have a little rendition of how we should go about doing this and how it can actually eliminate the powerhouse in college football.
I can tell you how. Here, take my direct deposit. Here's my account and my routing number. That's how you do it. I'm out and I'm off. Bye.
Peace out, guys. We'll see you later.